I think I'll have a seat. So I'm going to do part of this. I'll tell you a little bit about myself, and also if you'd like to ask some questions, I'll happily answer any of them. So I've been doing this. We're now we're about to show the 46th year of Sesame Street. We taped it last year. I was a young man when we started. I don't know where the time has gone. And so I'm now 81, and I'm still big, 6-year-old Big Bird on Sesame Street. And of course a grouch. I live in a trash can, mainly because the rents are really cheap. I actually own my own trash can, and the maintenance is almost nothing. So I guess I might as well just pass it to you for questions. Anybody have any questions?
The highlight for me so far at the convention was meeting Caroll Spinney, the man who voiced Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch from Sesame Street. What you're gonna see now is him on stage talking about how Oscar the Grouch and Big Bird came to be.
And dirty and everything, and the guy had quite a mouth on it, and he had a cigar on one side of his mouth, and is talking out the other side like this, "We're too back," stuff like that. So I said, that's the voice I'll put it. So I found I could imitate him immediately, and that's what I needed, because I had never done a voice like that before. Because I had done puppet shows for kids at birthday parties, mostly for children, and so this was a new approach. So that was fun. And Big Bird started out with a voice very much like a certain purple dinosaur, except he was a yokel. Jim Henson wanted him to be a guy like Mortimer Snurd, if you're old enough to remember him. Most people aren't. He was a character who was actually a puppet, a ventriloquist dummy for Edgar Bergen and Charlie McCarthy. And so he said, think of Goofy, Mickey Mouse's pal. That's what the character's going to be like. I said, well, I'm there, a Big Bird. Yeah. And soon, as we went into the show, I realized that character had no real use on Sesame Street. What's he going to teach or learn? I said, I think I should be playing the Big Bird as a child. And he's learning the alphabet just like the kids at home. And all the other aspects that we're teaching. So there would be a guidance to the writers to help make sure that the things he's going through is something the children can learn from, as well as I got a chance to be extremely emotional. And I always felt that Big Bird's stories, things about him, he got to be more human than the humans on the show, because they were all sort of became backups to Big Bird and Oscar. I didn't plan it that way because I'm very, very democratic, but that's the way it seemed to work out. And I think that's one reason why Sesame Street has been so successful, is that they decided not only to be really a first educational children's show, but also a show that would be not turn grown-ups off, and grown-ups could sit through it, and they put a lot of humor. That everything had to be as funny as educational. And a lot of the humor is stuff that grown-ups could laugh at, and yet we could throw in ad-libs that were much more adult than even the rest of the material, as long as it wasn't off-color or confused the story for the children. So I think that's what made it so successful, because sometimes if you try to sit through a certain dinosaur show or some of those sort of, hi kiddies, oh we're going to have a goody time today, oh boy, and some grown-up trying to act like they're 8 years old and they're 39, I think I got away with acting, now I'm in my early 80s, and I'm still playing a 6-year-old bird. And so I'm getting away with it because he looks like a bird that's only 6 years old. No, he doesn't. I do not. I'm 8 feet tall. How can I be 6 years old? I guess I grew fast. Any more questions? word has a number of, was one I always loved to do, didn't get to be famous like some of them, like, Abcadabra, Jackalomanacrostubrixes, it's the most remarkable word I've ever seen. Abcadabra, Jackalomanacrostubrixes, I wish I knew exactly what I mean. It starts out like an A word, but as anyone can see, but somewhere in the middle it gets awful queer to me. At that point it traces to the letters Q and R. It gets awful queer to me, a little inside thing. And it's very important for the writer, Joe Raposo said, try to get to the middle of the alphabet and point to the Q and R when you say it gets awful queer to me. QR, it's clever. So, but one song I really liked that we did years ago, I think it was only did once. It was called Good Morning, Mr. Sun. Time to start the day. Straightening every little corners as you go your way. The birds, the bees, the flowers, the trees, the whole wide world will seem to say, Good morning, Mr. Sun. Good morning, have a nice day. It's just one of the 300 songs I've learned and sang on Sesame Street. I never thought of myself as a singer. I didn't know I was going to sing because I never thought of myself as a singer. But fortunately, until now, I can stay in pitch. I haven't sung that song so long. I was not quite in the right key.